What is going on, fellas, and welcome to my NCAA 14 recruiting tutorial. I'm going to be teaching you exactly how your boy recruits people in this game and builds national championship teams overnight. All the tips, all the tricks, everything I do will be in this video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. If I do miss anything important, drop that down in the comment section and I'll be sure to love that comment. Just as a disclaimer, I did not discover any of these tricks whatsoever. They were discovered by the NCAA 14 community, a group of fantastic people I used to watch by the likes of Legion, FG, Bloody, Flemlo. My approach to recruiting is very similar to Flemlo's because he's the first guy I ever saw play this game. That's my dude right there. We're going to be using the Oak Cliff Pitbulls, a team that I'm bringing to the channel very, very soon. They're a one-star school and their overall offense and defense is disgusting. We are starting out at a level 20 and you might say, Crow, anybody can recruit good when they're level 20. Chill, smartass. I'm only level 20 for the purpose of the video. I'm still going to be recruiting as if I were a level 1 coach. But for the sake of the tutorial, I need to be level 20 to show you guys some things. I always start out with scouting. That is undoubtedly the biggest thing you want. We're then going to go into the opener, which means that we can put on 1,500 extra points throughout the season. As we progress throughout the season and unlock more skill points, we're going to put that into the closer, which is the same thing as the opener, just in the later half of the schedule. Next, I like to put 1 point into royal treatment, and that's all we're going to put in for now. It's not that important. Undoubtedly, the biggest thing that you can get is kitchen sink. Each recruit can have 50 extra points assigned to him. We have to max that out as soon as humanly possible. From there, we go back to royal treatment. So for now, we'd go into locksmith until we unlocked insta-commit. And that's ideally, if I were level 20, the order that I would go in. Insta-commit's good, but it's kind of cheesy. It doesn't really work that much. So as you can see, I just skip right to recruiting. We're not making any prospects. I'm not trying to debate you guys. So what am I looking for when I first jump into a dynasty? Obviously, the first interest. If you're a 5-star school, you're going to have all of these amazing players right there, and that's all you really need. This tutorial is more for like those lesser teams like UAB, the Raging Cajuns, and the Pitbulls. Surprisingly, even though this guy is only a 67, this guy's a 66, by the time they reach their red-shirted senior season, they're going to be high 80 overall, so they're pretty good. Not really looking for much. I already know I'm first on their interest. I'm just looking at their 40 time, their bench, their squat. 3-stars are really hard to find gems in straight out the gate. I'm only going to walk away with probably 8 recruits in total, maybe even 10, out of all of the people who are genuinely interested in joining the school. And just like that, we've reached the bottom of the list. I have 7 people. Next thing I like to do is filter by 40 time. This is just something I like to personally incorporate. I like fast players, I like fast receivers, fast corners, etc. You see, 4-star Will Mitchell runs a 4.26, which is just blazing fast. You know, 4.32, 4.32, we'll take all of these guys. When you look at the schools that they're interested in, you would think that a 1-star wouldn't pose a chance. You are right. You are right. These guys more than likely won't come to us, but there are those times when sometimes they do. And that's when we get on to our very first tip, which is the squat cheese. This was something that was shown to me over on Twitter by a guy called Maryland and also by my good friend Legion of Nerds. The squat cheese is the most OP thing for finding offensive linemen, especially when you are just starting out as a 1-star school. Now that we've got it filtered by squat, the thing I personally am looking for is 3-star players. 3-star players do like going to big schools, but big schools don't like paying them much attention. Then you look at somebody like Kyle Sharp. He's a 71, but he's probably going to go up to a 78 overall just from the squat cheese. The schools that we have to compete against aren't that crazy. 3-star center, 3-star tackle. You can do this with middle linebacker as well. Sometimes they go up, but I find it to be quite random. I do like me 2-star tackles as well. These 2-stars are the real gems of this. Now, the guys who were interested in the school are probably going to be trash. They're probably going to go down overall. They're not going to be above 70. Oh, there we go. 71, David Patterson. And then we get to somebody like Will Mitchell. A speed, A acceleration. You know me, I love my fast players. He's going to go up to a 78, and as a freshman, he's going to have 98 speed, 93 excel. When it comes to training results, they're going to improve in pretty much everything in their position. Can't teach speed. Speed isn't going to go up very much over the 4 years. Maybe 1 speed if you're lucky. So that right there is a player that I would put right at the top of my board. Then we got some more fast guys. Jerry Jackson goes down, but he's got some good speed. And then we get into our offensive linemen. Pretty much all of these guys will be high 70 overalls. This is the squat cheese, ladies and gentlemen. 78 overall, 74 overall, 79 overall. Adam Young is a 65. He's going to go up 9 overall to a 74. Chuck Mitchell, 73. You redshirt these guys, and that's your offensive line for the next 5 years right there. Recruiting strategy, you're going to want to put all of these off. This is very important. The computer thinks it knows what it's doing. It really doesn't. Do not be fooled by recruiting strategy. Turn it off. You all need to check out team needs as well. This is just kind of, we're having fun with this one. So as I said, we can drop 700 points, sure, but we're not going to. We're going to drop 500 as if we were that one-star coach. Sometimes notice, even though you have a pretty decent bonus when you offer a scholarship, they can go down bonus. Not sure why that is. Somebody might be able to let me know down in the comment section. But I have noticed from time to time, when I do offer scholarships, sometimes the players will go down in bonus. So let's go ahead and get some of the trash cans who are interested. Get some of the O-linemen as well. That's why we're realistically here, is to get the O-linemen. Even though we have probably 7 O-linemen here, we're going to get maybe 2 if we're lucky. Especially since we're only offering 500 points. It's hard to get them when you offer 700. 500 is just out of this world, mate. A lot of people think that the higher you have them on your board means the better results. Not true at all. It does not matter. It really doesn't. Our board is very, very simple. We got the 2 4-stars that we really want, a couple of guys who are already interested in the school, and then the O-linemen as well. So pretty straightforward things. And this is undoubtedly the most cheesiest thing you can do with recruiting. If there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be this. This is why I want to bring the pit bulls to the channel. They are rated worse overall wise than the FCS teams. Ah, yes, the snappy turtles. These guys are my arch nemesis, mate. These guys have killed so many national championship runs. I'm not even playing. I know it looks like a snappy turtle. As we can see, Marcus Carter and Will Mitchell have no interest in joining the Pitbulls. I did kind of expect this to happen. A lot of these offensive linemen. Oh, yikes. Okay. Adam Young is the only guy interested in joining. That's not bad, though. A 74 offensive lineman, that's going to be what? 99 overall if you're redshirt in year 1? Let's just drop 700. The computer's going to do it anyway, right? So why not? The biggest thing about this is the low lock cheese. You're gonna go over the lock percentage, filter it by a low lock. Jamul Nance, 5-star wide receiver, 6'3". He's now going to be on our team. Ranked 29th in the entire class. He's now our wide receiver. Another 5-star receiver, Lionel Lucas, the 5th ranked person in the class, is now our player. Tommy McNair, why not? We want a running back, sure. Let's see what some of these guys turn out to be. 81 overall, Jamul Nance. Brian Morris, the defensive end, 77 overall. Lionel Lucas is another 81 overall. Michael Gray, he's a 79 athlete. Andrew Bolden, he goes up to a 79, and then Ben Thomas gonna go up to a 77. So there's a lot of guys here who obviously would make a great addition to a 1-star school. I did promise you guys I would recruit as if I was a level 1 coach, so we're only gonna drop 500 on these guys opposed to 700. Look at the bonuses we have to work with here. 45, 20, that's disgusting. We're not really profiting from our bonus at all. I don't know your dynasty, you might wanna go week by week. For the purpose of this, so I'm not here forever, I'm just gonna go straight to week 7. See what I mean? The snappy turtles, mate. These guys are dynasty killers at their finest. Not a great start. This is why they need us to rebuild them. Adam Young, he's in the bag. Ryan Brown in the bag. Mangum in the bag. See, the computer is still putting 700 points on these guys. I'm not doing this. Jamil Nance is the 5-star wide receiver. Forget Notre Dame, Ohio State, Michigan, and Nebraska. He's going to decide to come to Oak Cliff. Brian Morris only 325 behind South Carolina. Lionel Lucas we're in the lead for. Michael Gray we're 1,000 in the lead for. Andrew Bolden we're in the lead for. And Ben Thomas, it looks like Texas just wants to cuck us here, boys. But this is what I'm saying. The low lock cheese is undoubtedly the best way to grow your team. In fact, I don't even know who found the low lock cheese. So now that we've got some fantastic players, now we can probably work our way down to around 20%. Try and find as many good players as possible. Tim Parham, will take him. Because we're low lock hunting, I'm only going for 4 or 5-star pieces. You can go for 3 stars. That's completely up to you though. 2 4-star wide receivers, I mean, geez. We've got another good wide receiver here, and then we've got an athlete, Devin Givens. This athlete doesn't want to join, but who cares? Who cares about that guy? He's going to be a 78 athlete. Isaac Pierce going to be a 77 wide receiver. Kevin Slaughter's going to be a 73. Bobby Maynard going to go up to an 81 athlete. Do you see what I'm talking about here? He's definitely a running back / wide receiver. I personally would probably put him at running back because that carrying is beautiful. Good at trucking, good elusiveness. That's a solid power back right there, and he's got good speed. Tim Parham gonna go up to a 77 because this guy is so far in the bag. We're gonna take a lot of points off him. Ryan Brown can get off the board. We already have so many good wide receivers. This guy's gonna get 50 points. This guy's also gonna get 100 points. Obviously, you want to target the better players, and if you've got a lead like that, then you don't need 500 points into an offensive lineman or a 67 overall end. We're going to go drop it into these really, really solid 81 overall players down here. 0 bonus. That's a new one to me. I've never seen that before. The only problem is you can end up with a lot of wide receivers. The classes are completely RNG. It could be a lot of cornerbacks, a lot of receivers. Because we're trying to fly through the season, let's simulate to week 12 here. So Bolden decided to go to Clemson. That's fine. There's plenty more wide receivers there. You do get Adam Young, the 74 left tackle, and David Manga. Not really impressive, but it's fine. Oh, we won a game. Proud of the boys. Oh, wow, of course. Notre Dame realizes that we're after him, steps in front. We also drop down on Brian Morris. Still got Lionel Lucas. Still got Michael Gray. Alabama's creeping up. Kevin Slaughter. We still got a lot of these really high caliber players, though. A lot of these guys still need to come in for visits, though, and that's probably the only reason why Alabama would be creeping up on us. Or any school for that matter. Bobby Maynard would be the guy I'd want to target the most. He definitely is like a generational player in this. That's what a lot of schools will do. They won't chase these high caliber players. But as soon as you decide to go after them, they'll just creep back in the mix. If we were offering 700 points instead of 500, we'd have this guy guaranteed. But because we're doing 500, makes it that much harder. You can go in your own time and go and find more low lock people that you might like, a couple of good 3 stars, etc. I'm not going to do that. I already found the class that I desire, so that's what we're going to rock with. Bobby Maynard, the cheeky bastard, decided to go to Alabama. I mean, that's just the way it goes sometimes. We do pick up Michael Gray, though, and James Merriman. Guaranteed 99 overall receiver right there. 1 in 10. All the players who don't get scooped up through the regular season, they come here. We're 1,000 behind Jamil Nance, 345 behind him. We're 8,000 in front for Lionel Lucas. How this guy hasn't committed is beyond me. He's an 81 wide receiver, though, so that's fantastic. I have lost by 13,000 points before, though. I will tell you that now. So just to be safe, I'm going to drop like 3,000 into Lionel here. One tip I will give you guys is no matter how confident you are you're going to get somebody, there's always going to be a team that's going to snipe you. You need to be extremely aggressive when it comes to this off-season recruiting. I'm just going to go for the big guys here. Brian Morris, Lionel Lucas, and Jamil Nance. If this were a serious dynasty, I would go after David Patterson. Jamil Nance goes to Notre Dame. It's okay though. We do get Lionel Lucas anyway, Isaac Pierce, and Brian Morris. So we've just become the ultimate wide receiver university. Sign a 5-star steal prospect, sign a 4-star, sign a top 10, sign 2 top 10 prospects. So as an awful 1-star school that finished 1-11 taking on 3 FCS teams during the regular season, still managed to pick up 77 Brian Morris, Lionel Lucas 81, Isaac Pierce. The class is very small. In fact, this is probably the worst example I could have given you for the ultimate recruiting guide. This right here is awful as an example. This is the exact same method I used to pick up Kyle Arnold for the Alaska series. Every single series you've ever seen me dominate in, like the UTSA National Championship push in 5 years, was all done this exact way. Some classes are going to have 20 people, some classes are going to have 5 people. The important thing is you do pick up some really high caliber pieces in the process, which is exactly what we've done. Just gonna keep it 100% honest with you. This is a very, very poor example of how OP this recruiting method is. If you want me to make a more in-depth breakdown, I can definitely do that, kind of like a part 2, but to show you the things or any more questions you may have. If you do have any questions, drop them down in the comment section, and maybe I can make a part 2 on this and kind of add to what I said today. With that being said, fellas, that's gonna wrap up another video on the channel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, man. If you made it this far, you are the real MVP. Hope the rest of your day is awesome, and from me personally, I'm out. Peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. 'Cause I don't fucking care at all. You've been out all night, I don't know where you've been. You're slurring all your words, not making